What if the key to unlocking your peace, power, and purpose was hiding in plain sight, inside your own body? Right now, your heart rate, breathing, thoughts, emotions, all of it is being shaped by one invisible force, your nervous system. It's not just about reflexes or physical movement. This hidden system connects your mind, body, and energy field in a way that controls how you think, how you feel, and even what you attract into your life. And the most important part? You're not stuck with how it's wired. You can reprogram it. You can regulate it. You can heal it. In this video, we're going deep into how your nervous system really works and how understanding it could change the way you experience everything. Let's begin. Before we dive into healing, transformation, or energy work, we need to answer a simple question that most people skip. What is the nervous system? Because when you truly understand this system, you realize it's not just a biological function. It's the operating system of you. DNA, the nervous system, your body's master network. The nervous system is a vast, intelligent communication network that runs throughout your body. It's made of billions of specialized cells called neurons that carry information back and forth, from your body to your brain, and from your brain to your body. Controls everything. Your heartbeat, your breathing, your movements, your senses, even your thoughts, your memories, your emotions. They're all guided by this incredible system. Without your nervous system, your body would be just a collection of disconnected parts. With it, everything is coordinated, alive, and aware. The two main divisions. To keep things simple, let's break the nervous system into two main parts. 1. The central nervous system, CNS. This includes your brain and spinal cord. Think of it as your command center. Every decision, every emotion, every sensation, it all starts here. The brain processes input from the world around you, what you see, hear, feel, smell, and think. The spinal cord acts like a superhighway, sending signals from your brain to the rest of your body and back again in milliseconds. 2. The peripheral nervous system, PNS. This branches out from the spinal cord to every part of your body, your hands, feet, organs, skin, and muscles. The PNS carries out two main roles: sensory signals from your body to the brain, like pain, pressure, heat, or the feeling of being touched. Motor signals from the brain to your body, like moving your hand, blinking, or standing up. This is how your body and brain stay in constant communication, without you even having to think about it. Electricity plus chemistry equals life. What's truly amazing is how your nervous system works. It uses a combination of electricity and chemistry. Neurons send rapid electrical impulses through your body. When they reach the end of one cell, they release neurotransmitters, chemical messengers that travel across tiny gaps and activate the next cell. This process happens billions of times a day, controlling your thoughts, reactions, moods, and movements. One tiny shift in these signals can make the difference between calm and panic, focus and distraction, joy and depression. That's how powerful your nervous system is. Conscious versus automatic control. There are two ways your nervous system works. Voluntary control. These are the things you do on purpose. Moving, talking, walking, dancing. Involuntary autonomic control. These are the things that happen automatically. Breathing, heartbeat, digestion, hormone regulation, and your emotional reactions. Even when you're sleeping, your nervous system is working. It's tracking your environment, adjusting your heartbeat, balancing your internal chemistry. You don't have to think about it, it just happens. But here's where things get fascinating. You can influence this automatic system with your thoughts, your breath, your awareness. In other words, you can learn to regulate your nervous system, and that changes everything. Survival mode. Why the nervous system gets overloaded. Let's be real. Most of us are living in a constant state of overstimulation. Noise, deadlines, screens, social pressure, trauma, emotional stress. These all overload the nervous system, especially the part designed to keep us safe, the sympathetic nervous system, also known as fight or flight. This system is incredible in emergencies. It pumps adrenaline, sharpens your senses, and prepares your body to face danger. But in modern life, it gets stuck in the on position even when there's no real threat. The result? Tight muscles, shallow breathing, racing thoughts, fatigue, anxiety, eventually burnout. You can reset the system. The best part? Your nervous system is not fixed. It's adaptable, flexible, rewritable. It's built with something called neuroplasticity, the ability to change based on how you think, move, and respond. By understanding your nervous system, you start to understand you. Why you react the way you do. Why your body holds tension. Why certain emotions feel stuck. And from that awareness, you gain the power to heal, to regulate, to grow. The nervous system isn't just science. It's the sacred bridge between your physical body, your conscious mind, and your energetic self. It is the foundation of your inner system blueprint. When you learn to support it, you don't just survive, you thrive. You come back into balance. You come back into power. You come back to yourself. And in the next part of this video, we'll dive deeper into how the fight or flight system works, why so many people live stuck in survival mode, and how to flip the switch back to calm and control. Stay tuned. Your nervous system is about to become your new superpower. So now that we've broken down what the nervous system is, let's zoom in even closer. Because understanding this next part is like learning the secret language your body uses to talk to itself. Every movement, every sensation, every thought you've ever had starts with one thing, a signal. But how does that signal move? How do you go from idea to action, from a feeling to a physical reaction? Let's break it down. Your body's electrical highway. At the core of the nervous system are neurons, tiny, specialized cells designed to carry information throughout your body. You have around 86 billion neurons in your brain alone, and trillions of connections between them. Each neuron communicates by sending electrical impulses, like tiny lightning bolts, down long extensions called axons. But here's the cool part. That electricity isn't just random. It's precise, timed, and intelligent, traveling at speeds up to 270 miles per hour. This is how your body can react almost instantly when something happens. Touch a hot stove? Your hand pulls away before you even consciously register the pain. That's your neural signals firing on autopilot to keep you safe. Synapses, where the magic happens. But neurons don't touch each other directly. Instead, there's a tiny gap between them called a synapse. When an electrical impulse reaches the end of one neuron, it can't jump the gap by itself. So what happens? The neuron releases special chemicals called neurotransmitters into the synapse. These neurotransmitters float across the gap and bind to receptors on the next neuron, which then generates its own electrical impulse. And the signal continues on its path. This is the electrochemical process, a perfect dance of electricity and chemistry that lets your thoughts become movement, emotions, speech, even memory. Types of signals: sensory, motor, and autonomic. Not all signals are created equal. There are 3 primary types your body uses every moment of the day. 1. Sensory signals. These come from your body and go to your brain. They tell your brain what's happening around you. It's cold. There's pain in my shoulder. Someone just touched my arm. Without sensory signals, you'd have no awareness of your body or environment. 2. Motor signals. These travel from your brain to your body. When you decide to pick up a cup, blink your eyes, or take a breath, motor neurons carry those instructions from your brain down your spinal cord, through your nerves and into your muscles. It's the physical execution of a thought. 3. Autonomic signals. These are automatic. They control things like your heartbeat, digestion, blood pressure, and temperature. You don't decide to increase your heart rate when you're scared. Your body does it on its own because it has its own built-in intelligence system. Feedback loops, real-time communication. What makes your nervous system so powerful is that it's not just one-way communication. It's a loop. For example, let's say you're walking barefoot and step on a sharp rock. Sensory neurons send a pain signal to your brain. Your brain processes the signal. That hurts. Motor neurons send a message to your leg. Move your foot. Once you move, new sensory signals come in. Pain reduced. Your brain updates its response. Crisis over. This loop happens in a fraction of a second. And it's happening all the time with everything from your posture, to your emotions, to your immune response. Why this matters? Every thought is a signal. Now here's where things get really interesting. Your thoughts themselves are also electrical signals. When you think, "I'm not good enough," that thought becomes a pattern. The neurons that fire together, wire together. Do it often enough, and that pattern becomes your default setting. This is why changing your thoughts, through mindset shifts, meditation, or affirmations, is not just positive thinking. It's literally rewiring your nervous system. You're teaching your neurons to fire in new ways, to send different signals, to create new experiences inside your body and outside in your life. Energy meets biology. And remember, all those electrical signals flowing through your nervous system create a measurable electromagnetic field around your body. This is where the mind-body energy connection becomes visible. Your thoughts, electric. Your emotions, chemical. Your body, biological. Your field, energetic. They all interact in real time, and your nervous system is the bridge between them all. So when we say, "You are energy," it's not a metaphor. It's literal. Your nervous system is a living circuit board, constantly transmitting and receiving. Every signal it sends affects your body, your state of mind, and your vibration. And the more you understand how those signals move, how they trigger your reactions, shape your emotions, and set your energetic tone, the more you can consciously begin to direct them. You're not just the passenger in this system. You're the operator. Now that you understand how signals travel, in the next part of this video we'll explore the system that decides when to speed up, slow down, or completely take over. The part of your nervous system that handles stress, safety, and survival, often without your permission. Let's talk about the fight or flight response and how to turn it off. So far, we've explored how your nervous system communicates. But what happens when it senses a threat, even if it's not real? This is where one of your most powerful and potentially damaging inner mechanisms kicks in, the stress response. Meet the autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system is the part that runs automatically, without your conscious control. It regulates essential functions like heart rate, breathing, digestion, pupil dilation, blood pressure, hormonal balance. This system is divided into two branches. Sympathetic nervous system, your gas pedal. Parasympathetic nervous system, your brake pedal. Let's focus on the sympathetic system, the one responsible for your fight, flight, or freeze response. Cross swords, what is fight, flight, or freeze? This is your body's ancient emergency response system. It evolved to protect you. When early humans were faced with predators, danger, or physical threats, the body had to act immediately. Here's how it works. Perceived threat, brain alert. The amygdala in your brain scans your environment for danger 24/7. When it senses a threat, it instantly alerts the hypothalamus, which flips on the alarm system. Hormones flood the body. Your brain signals the adrenal glands to release adrenaline and cortisol, two major stress hormones. Your body goes through a rapid transformation. Heart rate increases. Breathing becomes shallow. Muscles tense up. Blood flow is redirected from digestion to limbs. Pupils dilate. Sweating begins. Your thinking narrows into survive now mode. You're ready to fight the threat, run from it, or freeze to stay undetected. This all happens in seconds, often before you're even aware of it. The problem: your brain can't tell the difference. Here's where it becomes a modern-day issue. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real physical threat and a perceived psychological one. It reacts to a critical comment on social media, a stressful email, a toxic relationship, financial anxiety, childhood trauma, even your own inner negative thoughts. To the nervous system, it's all danger. And every time you encounter a stressful trigger, your body launches into survival mode. The problem is, in today's world, the danger never ends. Chronic stress equals stuck in fight or flight. When the stress response becomes chronic, when you live in constant alert, your system becomes stuck in sympathetic overdrive. This leads to a wide range of symptoms: fatigue, insomnia, anxiety, digestive issues, high blood pressure, hormonal imbalance, immune system suppression, panic attacks, emotional reactivity, disconnection from your body or energy. This is why stress is often called the silent killer. It's not just emotional. It physically rewires your body, brain, and energy field. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize they're stuck there. They've normalized the stress, the tension, the shallow breathing. It feels normal to live in survival. But that's not your natural state. Freeze, the most misunderstood state. Many people are familiar with fight or flight, but there's a third response: freeze. This happens when the system is overwhelmed and neither fighting nor fleeing feels possible. Your body goes into shutdown. In freeze mode, you might feel numb, emotionally detached, unable to act or make decisions, dissociated from your body, exhausted but wired, disconnected from time or reality. Freeze is the nervous system's last resort protection mechanism, especially for people who've experienced trauma or long-term stress. It's important to recognize that freeze isn't laziness or weakness. It's your body doing what it had to do to survive. The good news: you can shift back to safety. Your nervous system is not broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect you. But you can teach it that you're safe now. You can rewire the pattern slowly and gently. This starts by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for rest, repair, and recovery. Here's how you can begin. Deep, rhythmic breathing, especially longer exhales than inhales. Grounding, walking barefoot, connecting with nature. Gentle movement like yoga, tai chi, or stretching. Eye movement, looking left and right rhythmically, stimulates vagus nerve. Safe social connection, being around calm, caring people. Sound therapy, humming, chanting, or listening to calming music. Touch, self-holding, massage, or pressure. These small shifts send powerful signals to your brain. I am safe. I am present. I don't need to run anymore. When you understand the fight, flight, or freeze response, you stop blaming yourself for how you feel. You stop thinking you're broken, and you begin to understand you've been in survival mode. But survival is not your destiny. Regulation is possible. Balance is possible. Peace is possible. And in the next part of this video, we'll explore how to consciously activate your calming system and take back control of your mind, body, and energy. Now that you understand how your stress response works, you might be wondering, can I change it? Can I shift out of fight or flight mode and back into peace? The answer is yes, and this section is all about how. You see, your nervous system is not a one-way street. It doesn't just control you. You can influence it. You can learn how to calm it, rewire it, and create a new default setting, one that feels safe, steady, and powerful. Let's explore how. Neuroplasticity, your brain is always changing. The first thing to understand is this: your nervous system isn't fixed. It's plastic, meaning it changes based on your environment, your habits, and your focus. This is called neuroplasticity, your nervous system's ability to rewire itself based on repetition and experience. So, if you've lived in survival mode for years, it's not your fault. That was just the program your system had to run to keep you safe. But now, you can teach your body that it's safe. You can create new neural pathways. You can reprogram your response to stress. And it starts with simple, repeatable practices. Practice number 1, deep, rhythmic breathing. Your breath is the fastest, most direct way to shift your nervous system. When you're in fight or flight mode, your breathing becomes short, shallow, and rapid, telling your brain that danger is near. But when you slow your breath, especially your exhale, you signal your parasympathetic system, the one responsible for rest and repair, to turn on. Try this technique, the 4 to 6 breath. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat for 2 to 5 minutes. This longer exhale tells your brain, we're safe now. Over time, this becomes a powerful regulation tool you can use anywhere, anytime. Practice number 2, grounding. Your nervous system is electrical, and it connects deeply with the earth. When you touch the ground with your bare feet or hands, your body discharges excess stress energy. This is called grounding or earthing, and studies show it can reduce cortisol, improve sleep, and increase feelings of calm. Try walking barefoot on grass or soil, sitting with your back against a tree, touching water in a natural setting, lying on the earth and breathing slowly. Even 10 minutes a day makes a difference. Practice number 3, gentle movement. Stress lives in the body. So to move stress out, you have to move your body, but not in a harsh or exhausting way. Gentle, mindful movement tells your nervous system that you're in control again. This could be yoga, tai chi or qigong, stretching, slow dancing, walking in silence. The key is presence. Move with awareness, not distraction. Practice number 4, sound and vibration. Your nervous system responds to vibration, literally. The vagus nerve, one of the main nerves that controls your parasympathetic system, is deeply activated by sound, especially humming, chanting, or low tones. Try humming a steady tone for a few minutes, chanting OM slowly and fully, listening to calming music with deep bass or binaural beats, singing, yes, even alone. This vibrates the throat and chest, areas where trauma often gets stuck, and helps you release tension without even needing words. Practice number 5, safe connection. Humans are wired for connection, and one of the most powerful regulators of your nervous system is another calm human being. When you're around someone who is grounded, warm, and present, your nervous system mirrors theirs. This is called co-regulation. Spend time with people who make you feel safe, and be that safe presence for others. Even a few minutes of calm, face-to-face contact can reset your system. And if you're healing alone, eye contact with yourself in a mirror, holding your hand over your heart, and saying, I'm safe, can still activate the same response. Regulating doesn't mean erasing. Working with your nervous system isn't about never feeling stressed. It's about learning to recognize the signal, pause, and choose your response, rather than reacting out of fear or overwhelm. You're not trying to become emotionless. You're trying to become resilient. And when your nervous system feels safe, it allows your true self to emerge. The creative you, the focused you, the joyful you. Your nervous system is your body's most loyal protector. It doesn't want to hurt you, it wants to protect you. But now it's time to remind it, you're safe, you're in charge, and you're ready to live from peace, not panic. Every breath you take, every moment you ground, every time you pause instead of react, you're creating new pathways. You're reclaiming control. You're activating the blueprint of your highest self. And in the next part of this video, we'll explore how your nervous system connects to your energy field and how calming your system can literally raise your vibration. If you've ever felt stuck in your own patterns, habits, or emotional reactions, I have good news. You are not broken. You are wired, and wiring can be changed. This is the magic of neuroplasticity. Your brain and nervous system's built-in ability to change, adapt, and grow. Let's break it down. What is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity is the ability of your nervous system, especially your brain, to change its structure, function, and connections throughout your life. For a long time, scientists believed the brain was hardwired by adulthood. Whatever patterns you developed early on from trauma, habits, or experiences were thought to be permanent. But modern neuroscience has proven the opposite. Your brain is plastic, meaning it's flexible. It constantly reshapes itself based on what you think, what you feel, what you do repeatedly. This means your old reactions, triggers, fears, and beliefs aren't set in stone. They're just neural pathways, and you can build new ones. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Every time you repeat a thought, an emotion, or an action, a group of neurons in your brain fire in a pattern. The more often that pattern repeats, the stronger the connection between those neurons becomes, like a trail being walked over and over until it becomes a road. This is why you can develop habits so easily, both helpful ones and harmful ones. But here's the beauty of neuroplasticity. If you stop using a certain neural pathway, it begins to weaken. And if you create a new pattern, it begins to strengthen. You're literally reshaping your inner world every single day, whether you realize it or not. How trauma wires the brain. Let's be honest. Many of the patterns in our nervous system come from early experiences of stress, fear, or trauma. When something overwhelming happens, especially in childhood, the brain creates a protective pattern to help you survive. Maybe you shut down emotionally. Maybe you became hypervigilant. Maybe you avoid connection or overperform to feel safe. These responses aren't who you are. They're how your nervous system learned to cope. But once the danger is gone, those patterns often stay. And without intervention, your brain will keep choosing them because it believes it's keeping you safe. Neuroplasticity gives you the power to interrupt that cycle. Seedling how to begin rewiring your system. Let's be clear. Rewiring your brain is not about forcing positivity or pretending to be fine. It's about giving your nervous system new experiences over and over until it learns something new. Here's how. 1. Awareness. Rewiring starts with noticing the pattern. Catch the moment you feel triggered. Observe the story you always tell yourself. Notice the reaction in your body, tension, breath, posture. Awareness is the pause that creates space for change. 2. Regulation. Next, bring your body back into a regulated state. Use tools we've discussed: breathing, grounding, movement, touch. You're showing your brain, this moment is not a threat. This calms the survival system and opens the door for learning. 3. Repetition. The brain changes through practice, not just insight. You must repeat new, safe, empowering experiences again and again, even when they feel unfamiliar at first. Try repeating calming self-talk during stress, practicing a different emotional response, visualizing new outcomes, journaling from a regulated state. embodying confidence, calm, or connection physically. The key is consistency. It's not about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it often. 4. Emotion plus action. Your nervous system rewires faster when emotion is involved. If you want to break a fear pattern, don't just think the opposite. Feel the new truth in your body. Act it out. Anchor it with breath. Say it out loud. Emotion tells your brain, this matters. Rewiring doesn't erase the old you, it integrates you. Neuroplasticity isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself, the version of you that's not run by fear, past trauma, or unconscious habits. Yes, you'll still have old responses pop up. That's normal. But now you have the awareness, tools, and permission to choose a new response. Over time, your new patterns become your baseline, not through force, but through gentle repetition and self-compassion. Your brain and nervous system are designed to adapt. They want to heal. They want to create new maps, new roads that lead to peace, clarity, confidence, and connection. You're not stuck. You're just wired in a way that made sense before. And now you get to rewire with intention. This is not a quick fix. It's a daily practice, but it's also a deep liberation. Because once you understand neuroplasticity, you stop asking, what's wrong with me? And you start asking, what can I create next? You've heard it before. Everything is energy. But what does that actually mean when it comes to your body, your mind, and your nervous system? In this section, we're going to connect science and soul, because your nervous system doesn't just control your physical responses. It literally shapes the energy you emit, receive, and radiate. Let's explore the energetic side of your inner system. You are an electromagnetic being. Let's start with the basics. Your nervous system is electrical. Every time a neuron fires, it sends an electric impulse through your body. But here's the part most people don't realize, that electrical activity produces a magnetic field. Together, your body creates an electromagnetic signature, also known as your personal energy field. This field is real. It can be measured using scientific tools like EEGs to read brainwaves and EKGs to measure heart rhythms. It's not just spiritual, it's physical. And it's being shaped by your nervous system every moment of the day. Thoughts, emotions, and vibration. Your thoughts are electric. Your emotions are chemical. But together, they generate your vibration, the frequency at which you operate. Ever walk into a room and feel someone's tension without a word being spoken? That's not imagination. That's their nervous system's energy field broadcasting stress. And when someone walks in calm, grounded, and joyful, you feel that too. That's the nervous system in a regulated, high-frequency state. In short, a stressed nervous system radiates contraction, chaos, and disconnection. A calm nervous system radiates clarity, coherence, and connection. Your nervous system is like your internal radio station, constantly tuning and broadcasting your energy into the world. The heart-brain connection. The heart has its own nervous system called the heart-brain. It contains over 40,000 neurons and sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. Even more amazing, the electromagnetic field of the heart is 60 times stronger than the one produced by the brain. When your heart and brain are in sync, a state called coherence, your nervous system enters a healing, high-vibration state. You feel calm, focused, intuitive, and connected. This is where emotional regulation, manifestation, and spiritual alignment truly begin. Regulating your frequency. You've probably heard the phrase, raise your vibration. But what does that mean practically? It means learning how to regulate your nervous system so your energy becomes more coherent, calm, and radiant. Here's how your nervous system influences your energetic frequency. Calm breath equals smooth energy. Stress and overthinking equals chaotic energy. Gratitude and love equals expansive energy. Fear and shame equals contractive energy. Everything you do to support your nervous system, breath work, grounding, movement, mindfulness, doesn't just make you feel better. It literally shifts your energetic blueprint. The vagus nerve, the frequency regulator. One of the most important pieces of this system is the vagus nerve, a long, powerful nerve that connects your brainstem to your heart, lungs, gut, and more. It's a major part of your parasympathetic nervous system, the system that calms you down, digests food, slows your heart rate, and promotes healing. But the vagus nerve also affects your tone, the vibration of your voice, your ability to connect, and even how safe people feel around you. When you tone and train this nerve through breath work, humming or chanting, cold exposure, mindful movement, you increase something called vagal tone. Higher vagal tone equals greater emotional resilience, immunity, and energy coherence. Your vagus nerve is like your energetic volume dial. It adjusts the clarity and strength of your inner frequency. Energy equals information. Here's one of the most powerful truths. Your energy doesn't just reflect your emotions. It transmits information. Your nervous system is reading energy constantly. The vibe of a room, the tension behind someone's smile, whether a situation feels off, even if everything seems fine on the surface. That's your inner system acting like a tuning fork, interpreting energy in the environment. The more regulated your nervous system is, the more clearly you can read this energy, and the less likely you are to absorb other people's stress, fear, or negativity. Your nervous system is not just a system of wires and signals. It is your bridge between body and spirit, between matter and energy. When you learn how to calm it, when you learn how to listen to it, when you learn how to work with it, you don't just feel better, you start to vibrate differently. You become more grounded, more present, more magnetic, more you. And that's the real power of this work. In the next section, we'll bring it all together, showing you how the inner system blueprint works in action. How your body, mind, and energy aren't separate at all, but one intelligent system working in harmony. So, what have we discovered? Your nervous system isn't just a collection of nerves. It's your body's master control system, deeply connected to your thoughts, emotions, and energy. It influences how you feel, how you react, and even how you vibrate in the world. The most powerful realization: you are not a victim of your wiring. You are the architect of it. By learning how your system works, through breath, awareness, movement, sound, and intentional healing, you gain the tools to move from stress to strength, from survival to sovereignty. This isn't about perfection. It's about reconnection to your body, your mind, your intuition, and your highest energy. If this video helped open a new doorway of understanding for you, let it be the beginning, not the end. Keep exploring, keep regulating, keep unlocking the blueprint within you. Because once you understand your inner system, you don't just heal, you evolve. If this resonated, comment your biggest insight below, and subscribe for more deep dives into the science and soul of your human experience. Until next time, stay grounded, stay aware, and stay radiant.